Well, then why did it... There. Cool. Now it really feels like... That's fun. I'm glad I waited. Do I do training or no training? All right. Welcome to today's lecture on vessel construction. I am Warner von Kerman. Whether you want to put a satellite into orbit, hold. Okay. Whether you want to put a satellite into orbit or make transcontinental flight or step into the very surface of the Mun, you're going to need to build yourself a ship. It should be pretty easy, even if you're not a famous rocket scientist like myself. Okay. In this tutorial, I will first show you around the Kerbal Space Center, then take you onto the vessel assembly building where you will learn how to construct a simple ship. We'll cover adding and removing parts, what parts do, how to change the performance settings of the parts that have which have that option, and how to control staging. At the end of the tutorial, you will have a craft fit for a quick hop from the launch pad. At each step, I will lock out the controls of the other ones you will need for that step. If you will still manage to mess up, it took even me, some time to become as skilled as I am now. You can press the back button to go back and fix things. It won't light up unless you do mess up. Oh, wow, okay. Whew. I can't even read. This is gonna be difficult to space with me. Memento, I have to find out the proper positioning. There we go. We are now at the Kerbal Space Center. I will give you a quick rundown on how to get around. The KSC for short is home to the pinnacle of Kerbal endeavor and achievements for space exploration. Using the facilities you can see here, you will be able to manage your space program, create rockets and planes, track your Kerbal explorers as they roam the solar system, find exciting new uses for explosive substances in case of an emergency, hire even more Kerbals. Oh, okay. To find out about each of the facilities, you can hover your mouse over the facility button. They show up when the cursor is outside of the window. If you need to repair a structure or upgrade them in career, you can do this by right-clicking them. Take some time to hover over the mouse over the buildings you see and what each are. And when you're ready to enter the vehicle assembly building, the VAB, okay. Launch pad. This is where the vessels are built at the VAB are launched, okay. We are reasonably confident it's the safest and at a safe enough distance from everything else. Okay. Can you make the HUD bigger? We are all old and blind. Oh, sorry, chat. If you're old, put a 1 in the chat. I don't know how to make it bigger. That's what you said. Oh, I'm at nighttime now. Pause menu. Ooh, it's too big. Is that too big or is it fine? Fine? All right. Oh boy. You're welcome, chat. I like your guys' old guy. That's really funny. The V, as long as you can read it, really, because I could go back to the other one. The VAB is where the spacecraft are designed and built. Oops, I clicked the wrong button here. Does that get in the way of you guys? There we go. Oh, no, it's fine, it's fine. Before being moved over to the launch pad for flight. Okay. Flight mentioned. At the R&D facility, our team scientists works hard to crunch the data received from mission experiments. Here, all the research and technologies can be viewed and new ones discovered. Astronaut Complex contains the living and recreation spaces for all crew members. Oh, recreation, excuse me. New applicants also apply to be recruited here. Okay. The administration building may not seem very exciting place at first, but here is where all our strategic decisions are made. Huh. The spaceplane hangar allows the construction of spacecraft designed to be launched from the runway. At the runway, spacecraft built in the spaceplane hangar have a long flat surface to reach takeoff speed. Conceivably, such aircraft could even land back on it. What's this? I'm moving. Hey, you can't just have like a little black spot over here that clearly is meant to be there. And just to have me not get to find out what it is. Okay. This is what night looks like too. Cool. I've never seen so many stars before. A flagpole. Oh, I didn't see that before. This is the official flag of space program, or we could change it. Launchpad runway, spaceplane hangar, tracking station. Okay. Well, next. Do I click them? Oh, yay. Very good. What you see in the middle of the screen is a construction area. This is where parts are placed and your craft is constructed. On the left side of the screen is the parts toolbox. It will show you the parts you will have available in each of the different categories. Once there are any to pick, that's it. Okay, kind of like Photoshop. If you want your craft to be controllable, you will need a command module. This is best to make as your first part you place. Okay, this part will either contain some plucky Kerbal crew or an automated pilot mechanism. As we're just starting, there's Only one choice. Go ahead and pick the command module from the pods tab. Girl, I'm gonna have to take another medication with this game. So much. I'm just kidding. Looking around, after at least one part is placed, you can look around with the following controls. Arrow keys, right? Oh, I've already found this out. Page up or scroll wheel, already figured that out. And then shift to zoom the camera. Got it. All right. Yeah. All right. If you'd like your pilot to be able to make more than one flight, he or she will have to return safely to the ground or water on Kerbal. Parachutes are a simple way to make sure that happens. They can be found on the Utility tab. Change tabs by clicking their icons on the left part of the parts. Okay. Let's find the... what is it called? Utility. Here. When you are choosing your parts, you can view the details of available parts by hovering over them in the toolbox. Okay. When the info is visible, most parts have an additional information window. I see that. You can have opened with right click. Oh, wow. Yeah. Note that the parachute states the effective diameter in each state and what the maximum safe speed for deployment is. Okay. 264 meters a second. Wow, that's very fast. Go ahead and select the MK16 parachute by the left clicking on it. Yeah. Oh, and then dragging it. Ah. And then click again. Nice, I did a good job. Some parts, like our parachute here, have configurable options. To see these, we need a right click. Oh. Onto the parachute, and we just attach to the pod. Do that now and you will see available parameters. Right click. Okay, yeah. Pressure. Ah, okay, we need 0.2 and 1000. All right. To hide these options by right-clicking onto the ground scene or picking another part. Okay. Because the safety of the Kerbal, okay, after all. For minimum pressure slider, move it a bit to the right to 2. Setting prevents the chute from activating until the atmospheric pressure is above the configurable value. On Kerbal 0.2, it is 9 kilometers in altitude. So even if you stage early the arm parachute, it will wait until then to activate. Okay. Next up, we are going to need something that makes us go. Click on Engines. Okay. On the left tab and show available engines and solid rocket motors. Okay. Can I not move this though? I have to like move my head around. Well, that's toxic. Go ahead and connect one to the bottom of the pod. You may need to zoom in or move the camera around to be able to do so. Chat, would you let your child become an astronaut? Oops, I forgot to tell you, you're just starting out. You're not a famous rocket scientist, and to make that craft survivable as it stands now, you need to have a better rocket science than me. Impossible. Okay, the problem with the craft is that this solid rocket is too powerful for the payload. A single small pod and chute it will either burn up on ascension from going too fast or burn up coming down. Oh no. Even if you survive that, the craft's mass will cause it to fall too fast for the parachute to operate properly, and you'd hit the surface before that could still. No! But you're the one who told me to do this. Okay, I promised to teach you how to change that to make it work in a later part of the tutorial, but for now, let's continue. No, let's figure it out now while I have it on my mind about why everything is wrong. Well, at least this way, I can get to tell you about removing parts. Pick up the BACC thumper and either drop it on... Okay, this is the BACC thumper. Yeah. Okay. And drop it over the parts area. Drop it over the parts tool picker. How do I drop it? Oh, I just double click. Okay. Instead, let's add solid motor that is a better match for the... Okay, well, thank you. This size of a ship. At the start of your career, you will have what I consider rubbish parts. Literally, the motor here looks like that, and and that may well be a converted trash can. Really? Oh gosh, that's not good. That said, it does have enough oomph to... Oh, what an interesting word, oomph. You and I both know what that means, but if you were reading this as somebody who is English as a second language, oomph might be an interestingly difficult thing to understand, right? Oomph meaning kind of like a power burst. I think that's the best way to put it. To get this little craft, they say oomph. Oh, yeah. But they don't mean oomph. They mean like one of my followers. Right? Jojo is your oomph? He's one of your followers? Although people use one of my followers but they don't really mean it in one of my followers way. It's very interesting. They tend to say it for mutuals. Yeah, but it started out as one of my followers. One of my followers. OOMF. Yeah. It began to replace mutuals and then it began to replace friends, but yeah, that's what it means. That said, it does not have enough oomph to get the little craft skyward and quickly. As you progress, you will be able to unlock more engines and other parts. For now, let's pick the T5 or RT-5 flea and connect it to the bottom of the pod. I did that. Nice. Yeah, nice job. Hold on. Where was this playing to if I couldn't hear it? Hold on. The Kerbal music is getting too intense. Oh no. They started getting really crazy with it. Alright, well, I can't turn that down. He's jamming. Nice one. You've built the simplest survival craft possible. We could go launch this right now, but it might be safer to explain one other thing first. In the bottom right, you will see a staging stack. Okay, I see that. This box with the number 0 icon and icons for parachute engine in it. This stack shows which parts will be activated as we stage our rocket. Okay. What this shows is that when we activate the next stage, both the engine and the parachute will be triggered. While it could be considered funny to open the chute and fire the motor at the same time, it's not going to give you much flight. True. To fix this, we need to separate the engine and chute into 2 stages. If you mouse over the 0 stage, okay, you will see a little minus and plus appear in the bottom left box. Click on the plus and add a new stage. Oh, to add a new stage. Oh, I see. First we want this, and then we want that. Got it. To make sure that we have precisely 2 stages. Okay. Excellent. It's important to note that the stages activate from the highest number, then count down. Oh, so then we want it like this. We want 1, 0. Got it. So our first stage will be the engine, and then our 0 stage will be the chute. Now drag the icon for the stage 0 down to the stage 1 to give our pilot some comfort. True. Activate the chute and then activate the engine. Pog. That's it. We have a safe, well, relatively safe craft that's ready to go. Let's make sure that we need this design again. We don't have to build it from scratch. Oh, Pog. Okay, I like that. At the top of the screen, you can see probably the save. A name. Untitled spacecraft doesn't seem so majestic. Bliss.
Let me speak.
No, thank you.
Can I speak?
Thank you so much for the
Please?
gifted 5. Yo,
Let me speak.
Paw.
Let me speak.
How come I can't hear any of this anymore? Did a sound effect go off for it? Blissful rocket. You did hear it? Okay, well, I can no longer hear things. I also don't hear this. Anything in my second monitor is not going to my headphones for some reason. Okay. Hold on. Ah! Yes. That does make sense. I muted so I could read. It's hard to read and hear sounds in my ears at the same time. Okay. And then click save. Okay. Saved. Werner von Kerman made me make this rocket. If it fails and anyone dies, blame him. Okay. Get that out of the way legally, right? Excellent work! Feel free to play around with the parts and techniques I've shown you. And when you're ready to continue, press the red button in the upper right exit. Okay. Back at the training menu, try the Flight Basics tutorial to learn how to fly this little craft, and then the Intermediate Construction tutorial can teach you more about the editor. Note, any vessels you create here will be lost when you exit. This is just for playing around. All right. Not a lot I can do here. Got 1 fuel tank. I got 2 engines. I've got 1 parachute. Like, what am I gonna be doing? A whole lot of nothing. Ah! Oh, it was training. Okay. Welcome. Welcome to the Kerbal Space Launch Facility. I'm Jean Kerman, and I will teach you the basics of piloting a spacecraft. I trust you've already checked the basic instruction tutorial. If not, I recommend you do so before going through with this one. Today we will run, it looks like he has a little hat. Today we will run through an important controls for your spacecraft. Our little hopper from your basic control lesson with a Whirlhorn may not have all of them, but we'll do a further run through once and see how it flies. If you're ready, press next. Oh, yeah, you can. I can do that. Hold on, it's a little difficult for me to move it around because I have it locked into place. But I can do it. Where can I put it? Here? She's with me now. Is it too distracting? I can put it in the top. That's fine. Okay. Oops. I'll get rid of that for now. That way it's a little less thing, you know? Flying a spacecraft is all about being in control and generally very chaotic situation. As a pilot, your main flight controls will affect the pitch, yaw, and roll of the ship. Let's look at those first. All the other controls will be locked until they are needed and this tutorial is closed. Okay. The pitch, yaw, and roll are the three directions you will rotate your craft. To help you visualize these, we've taken a holiday snap of the hopper below. Holiday snap, okay. Yaw is the direction from left to right. Pitch is the direction of up to down. And roll is, oh, this way, as if I'm turning in a 360. This way, as if I'm rotating the, I see, and then this way as if I'm doing a backflip. Got it. Yeah, for real, pitch. I'm about to roll this shit. You can control your ship's rotation using these controls. S and W for pitch, A and W for yaw, and Q and E for roll. By controlling pitch, yaw, and roll together, you can keep the ship in a controlled flight. Try it now and notice the indicator on the lower left side as you move as you provide control input. Oh. Whew. Ah. Ooh. Throttle plus pitch, yaw, and roll are the main controls you'll need to master for a successful crash-free flight. We'll skip over throttle controls for now, as the vessel has no need for it. Don't worry, I'll explain it in another time when it's of use. Remember that all these controls have a limited amount of effectiveness, so bigger, heavier ships will probably respond much more sluggishly to controls then a smaller one. Oh, okay. It's also good to keep in mind that as stages are separated from the ship, you will become lighter, and this will usually mean easier to control. Next, let's look at the rest of the flight controls. Okay. In flight, all the planning you put into the staging sequence of your ship becomes into play. From launch to the final deployment of the descent parachutes, you can control the activation of several of the ship's parts by activating stages. Space is controlling launch and activation into the next stage. Okay. Notice the stage indicator in the lower left corner. Noticed? It shows the currently active stage. Since we haven't launched yet, it's showing the first stage as active. I have your staging controls locked for now, so the stage indicator is glowing purple. Okay. One more thing on staging. If the staging setup is causing strife, you change your mind about something, you can edit the stage sequence on the fly, pun intended. No need to go back to the assembly facility. I see. So if I decide, I really want my parachute to open before my rocket propellant goes off, you just switch it around like this. Boop, 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 boop. An important part of flying is knowing how your ship is oriented and where it is going. That's why a good pilot always is aware of the ship's altitude, where it's pointing, and velocity vector, where it is going. These aren't always the same direction. As your ships improve, you should pick up on these. Okay. The big round instrument on the lower center of the screen is called your nav ball. When you're a pilot, you have these, no? Just wing it? You guys just want to call me stupid. I'm not falling for your tricks today. This device sums up the most of the critical information needed for proper death-free flight. Here you see the ship's nose in relation to the horizon. Flat. When you're not pointing straight up, it is easily visible as the line between the blue sky and the ground, as well. Oh, I see. Okay. As well as heading, compass, bearing, and speed. Interesting. So that's why that's in ships. Airplanes. So you can understand if you're seeing all blue, then you're probably headed into the sky. And if you're seeing all green, you're probably about to die. You also get several icons that indicate that your current velocity vector, your current velocity vector, but we'll get to those later. Got it. In the top center part of your screen, the altimeter vector speed indicator and atmosphere gauge. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Got it. The altimeter will show the distance to the planet's surface at sea level. Okay. This means the actual surface is maybe much closer, so watch out for the ground when landing. Got it. Your vector speed, got it right here, indicator shows how quickly the altitude is changing. When launching, it's considered best to keep the gauge pointing up. Okay. Too fast is bad, too low is bad. Got it. The atmosphere gauge indicates how deep the ship is in the planet's atmosphere. Here, okay. This helps you know if the ship is high enough for orbiting without losing speed to air resistance, or judge how effective wings and control surfaces will be. Boy, oh boy. One last thing before we give this rocket the green light. In the staging stack, you can see the indicator for your parachute. Okay? This indicator shows when the chute will be activating by staging. You already know that, but the background will also show the color to indicate when it is safe to stage the parachute. Oh. It changed nothing. Okay. Depending on the parachute state. Okay, notice how that by default parachutes will not deploy when unsafe even if you stage them. It doesn't care. It didn't change for me. Am I broken? The three left show safety, risk, and unsafe to deploy. The chute when unstaged is white. Got it. In the left three, the right show the stage after staging, arm deployed, and cut shredded. When you're familiar with the chute icon colors, we can move on. Okay, enough talk. I'll unlock the flight controls and you'll be clear for launch. At any time, you may press escape to pause the game. In the pause menu, you can restart the flight or end this tutorial, choose end scenario, and return to the main menu. For now, get yourself prepared and hit space when ready to launch. Also, don't forget our hopper only has solid rocket motor, so there is no throttle control. That's why we didn't review throttle here. Make sure to fly in a nice high arc to enjoy the flight. Okay. Ah! Oops. Did I just deploy? Wait. I see now. Docking XD. There's no sound. Let me put on some oh, I got it. Wait, you can hear this? I can't hear it. You hear the song or no? Oh, there it is. Holy ears. Okay. Here we go. Oh shit. Ah! No! Help! Help! Nice. I'm somewhat of a scientist myself, you know? Yeah, the music is a little scary. Woo! How about... Well done. You survived the first flight. When you're landed or splashed on Kerbin and do not in training, you can point the mouse just above the altimeter and click the recover button. Aha. Okay. On the panel that slides down to ask to be picked up. Okay. I've also unlocked the crew hatch, so if you feel like going out for a walk or swim, you can click on EVA, extra vehicle activity button, that will pop up when your mouse is over the portrait of the... Oh! Go explore, buddy! Oh! Ugh. How do I get back up? I had double jump, maybe? Help! Empty. How do I put him in there? Help him! Okay. Alright. Alright, so I just need to click escape and then end scenario. Training. Intermediate construction. Holy guac, there's a lot to read here. Hello again. Glad you could come back. To get started, go ahead and enter the VAB and I'll give you an overview of what we're building today. Ah, here we go again. Now to business. If you remember, in the last construction tutorial, we covered how to build a simple hopper and some of the basics of construction area. In this tutorial, we will expand your knowledge of some more useful features in the VAB, and we'll build more complex craft. Hold. I lost my train of thought and now I have to readjust myself. Ah, there we go. That will be able to get us out of the atmosphere. My ADHD kicked in and I had to re-put myself. This is why sometimes when I'm reading, I'll read and then I'll read again and then I'll read again when I'm reading myself because I just forget, whoa, it's the ADHD special. To build our new design, let's start with the craft that we built in the basic instruction tutorial. This is basic one is called the hopper. Okay. Open hopper, got it. If you mess up, you can recreate the craft by placing the pod first and then the parachute. Okay, but it's fine. Click on open, blah, 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 did it. Oh, remove its motor. Got it. Unlike last time, we won't be bringing the whole vessel back, so we can change our parachute stats from what we used before. Okay. There we go. And verify its deployment altitude is set at 1,000. It is. Then also set the minimum pressure slider at all the way to the right at 75 atmospheres. That corresponds to an altitude on Kerbal of 2 kilometers, and that means a much shorter time hanging around during descent. Okay. First off, let's change the name of our craft in the description if you want. That way we can have our trash can special for later on. Simply hover over hopper, trash can special. Okay. Great. For this craft, we are going to give this ship some additional purpose by attaching a science experiment. We can run these experiments during our travels, and we get valuable science data for Kerbal kind. There are a number of science experiments to be performed, but at the moment, we only have mystery goo containment unit available. Goo man. Switch to the science tab to look at it. Okay. Science. Mystery goo. Okay. Oops. This is one of the most basic scientific experiments that Kerbal scientists have devised, and one of the first things they want to try to understand better. I mean, they don't even know what color the goo is. Okay. When you pick the part, you will see it's designed to attach to the sides of the other parts, i.e. radially. I saw that. If we attach it to one of these, then during our flight, our craft will be unbalanced. True. One way to solve this is to add an extra goo container on the opposite side of the ship so they balance. Luckily, we have symmetry tool to help here. These buttons help control symmetry highlighted and angle snap and can be found in the lower left here of the screen. By press the symmetry button or X key to cycle through available symmetry modes. Got it. Set this to 2 and then pick the mystery goo containment. Got it. Let's put it on the white stripe. All right. On the side of the pod near the top, you will notice near the top. Okay. Has it already been placed? Yeah. Cool. If we had too many parts here, the craft... Holy, this song is so much louder than the other one. The craft we are making will be too heavy to survive the re-entry safely and too heavy to be slowed down by our parachute, leading to sudden impact syndrome. Sounds kind of like death. We will need to add a decoupler below the pod. Decouplers can be found in the coupling decoupler. Oh, a decoupler in the decoupling tab. In the coupling tab. Here. Ah. Decouplers can be used in many ways, but for now, let's just add these to the bottom of the pod. Added. Note the stack decouplers have arrows. The arrows show which side of the decouplers. Make sure your decoupler arrow is always pointing up toward the pod. It will be default. Okay. Well done. You'll recall, I hope that in previous tutorials we had to adjust the staging stack when we added the engine to our engine rocket. Okay. When you add the decoupler, an extra stage is automatically added to the stack so that any new parts below the coupler won't be staged at the same time as those above it. Cool. You can, of course, move these around, but hopefully this will save you some time as you go. If you ever want to return to this default staging setup, click reset button bottom right. Got it. This time we are going to add a liquid propellant rocket engine. Unlike the solid rocket motors, these engines don't carry their own propellants with them. So we need to add some fuel tanks. Go to the fuel tanks tab. Dun, 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 dun. Fuel tanks. Got it. And we see that these early parts, so only the FLT-100S or 100s available. This is another area like engines where advancement brings bigger and better parts. Okay, we're going to need to add 5 of these tanks to get us to space. Alrighty. 2, 3, 4, 5. Holy guacamole. Before you grab 5, oh, oops, 5 tanks from the part toolbox, though, let me give you another tip. Because the efficiency of my middle name goes right after Vaughn, duplicate these. Okay, hold on. Let me just get rid of these real quick so I can learn this guy. Okay, once you place the first tank on the rocket, done. Okay, hold the left Alt key. Oh. Aha! Good. Now switch over to the engine tab. Got it. The swivel engine you will see here obviously different from the flea we used before. This liquid engine it needs and burns both the liquid fuel and oxidizer. Funny enough, that's what we just added to the rocket. Oh wow. Attach it, okay. And keep an eye on staging and see how it changes. Keep an eye on the bottom right corner. Oh. Okay. We're almost done and you're doing fine. Maybe not as speedily as someone of my caliber though. All right, Warren von Kerman. Maybe I wasn't meant to be a space rocket engineer. Maybe you're not a nice teacher. Maybe your teaching is the problem. The last thing we're going to need to do is to give this rocket a little bit better stability so it keeps going the way that we want it to go. We will need to achieve this by adding some fins near the bottom of the rocket. Oh my god. We have to kill a dolphin? Let it be an orca. Found in the aerodynamics tab. Set the symmetry to 4. And also turn the angle on snap. Okay. You can turn the angle by pressing C. Blue. Mine isn't blue. All right. From the aerodynamics tab. Here. Yay! Excellent! We've now got a rocket that's will let us reach for the stars. Admittedly, I did say reach for, as the basic rocket, which can't achieve orbit. Oh, okay. But on the bright side, it means that re-entry will also be basic. You've done a great job in building a basic hopper and a subordinate capable rocket. Okay, suborbit capable rocket. Hopefully you've learned a few things on how to build a craft and how to use some of the shortcuts that are here. Feel free to hang around, blah, blah, blah. Don't care, and... Oh, shit, never mind. Look at all the options. Wing controller type E. Okay. Training. Suborbit flight. I'm just kidding about the orcas. Don't worry. Hello again. You've made it back, and today we are getting an exciting... Sorry, I was turning the music back on. Today we will take an exciting step, getting our first Kerbal into space. Yep, with the capital S. Hopefully you remember the controls we discussed in our basic flight tutorial, but don't forget, you can always press escape and click on View Keybinds button for a reminder. If you're ready, let's start. Okay, yeah, I'm ready. Your mission today is to make a short suborbital, less than orbit, thanks, flight out over the water to the east. It is a nice arcing path that ensures a gentle, survivable re-entry. Start straight up and then straight down, not so good for survival. Okay. I've set up a pink target indicator on the nav ball as an aim point, but do note that this is not the case for normal missions. Okay, yeah, I feel like it's being wasted. You're right. We need a starter song. Let's go with this one. Thank you. Jebediah. Holy shit. Starting with the nose pointing straight at the launch pad or 90-degree elevation from eastern horizon. Tilt east to 80 degrees elevation on the nav ball. I might be too stupid to figure this game out. Like, I actually don't know if I'm smart enough. Tilt east 80 degrees elevation on the nav ball by 150 ms. Start at 50 ms. How? Tilt 70... Okay. Unlike the hopper in our first lesson, this new craft has liquid fuel engine, which means we can use the throttle to set our output power of the space ship's engines. Okay. Throttle is controlled by the following keys. Throttle up, throttle down. Okay, shift and control. Max, throttle, max, cutoff. Oh my god, this is not good. I hate these keys. Got it. SAS stands for Stability Augmentation System. although Kerbal astronauts usually refer to it as sickness avoidance scheme. Okay. Whatever it stands for, there we go. Man, there's got to be music in here somewhere, right? What it does is stop the ship from spinning around. Oh, I had that problem at one point. Using a computer-controlled auto torque drive compensator technology to counteract the rotation of the ship. In its simplest mode, it will keep the ship aligned with orientation it has when the SAS is on. If you pitch, yaw, or roll while SAS is on, orientation when you release the controls. Okay. SAS can be activated or deactivated on momentarily by holding the F key. There's got to have been a better way of teaching people how to use your game than making a giant fucking book worth of words to teach me how to play the game. Like, we're making a game here. Okay, hold F key can be toggled by pressing T. If you're having problems with the maneuvers, once you enable SAS, you can lift off by clicking on the small red button. You basically know everything at the present after this one. I don't know how to get my ship anywhere near a planet. That will cause your SAS to follow the trial and error. I have a feeling it's more than that. I already know it's more than that because I watched Felix's video on this. He showed it to me about it, and it is so much more than that. It is so much more. And I don't know how to even do any of that. That moment will cause the SAS to follow the target indicator you fly to. He showed me. Okay, no autopiloting function will not be available until you are flying. Oh, goodness gracious. This craft has a bit too much engine. We're going to throttle up for launch, so set your throttle to 2 out of 3. T? Throttle. Two. I guess that's not it. 1, 2. 2/3. Got it. 2/3, not 2 out of 3. During this lesson, some of the information is quite detailed and could take a while to read. At the short suborbital hop, I don't want you to miss anything important. I will place a warning at the top of the pages. You might want to pause and the game to read. This warning will look like this. Warning, detailed information. Press escape if necessary. Okay, enough talk. I'll unlock the flight controls and you'll be clear to launch. At any time, you may press... At any time, you may press the pause menu and you can restart the flight or end this tutorial and return to the main menu. I've enabled the target marker on the nav ball to give it a look. Make sure... Okay, give it a look and to make sure you see it. Okay. Check your throttle is at 2/3. Okay. All right. I don't think I'm doing it. How do I know if I'm doing this right? Where's the pitch? Go ahead and throttle full power. Oh, wrong one. Oh. JK. Well, it told me I got in trouble. I don't know what to tell you. It got mad at me. I did what it told me to do. What was that? I understand now. Press escape. Okay. Great work. You succeeded in getting your ship in the trajectory bound for space. I've now set the target indicator to align with your velocity vector. That will minimize the drag by turning your smallest side of the vehicle into the airflow. Hold on. We're pausing here. Somewhere around here, you will see a nav ball speed indicator auto switch from surface to orbit. Okay. Accompanied by the speed of the number jumping. Go ahead and switch it back to surface mode by clicking on it until it says surface again. Okay. All right. You might have noticed some flickering of frames near the end of the burn there, which is due to the high speed of your craft in the atmosphere. Normally our ascent would be a little slower, but I'm sure my friend Warner has helped you build a ship that can withstand the heat. And besides, this high and slow, you'll be fine. If you want to have a look at your trajectory, you can switch the map in M key and to have a look at your projected path. Remember to come back to flight mode again. Now that we're coasting our way through Aikobliss, that's the highest point on the current projected path, we have a little time to chat. Once you clear the atmosphere, we'll go over what you can do in space. Okay. Okay. While we float up here beyond the atmosphere, I'll quickly tell you about a couple of things you can do. With the advanced enough astronaut complex in the KSC, we can train our Kerbals to be able to spacewalk or EVA, although we won't be doing that on this flight. When we are carrying our science device, like our goo containers, we can perform experiments. Feel free to play with the goo canisters by right-clicking them. I'll let you know when it is time for the next phase of the suborbital flight. Got it. All right. Played. Oh, that's good. Yep, that's good. Guys, we're almost to the moon. Uh-oh. Guys, I'm starting to see the ground a little. Oh. Will we make it? We're not gonna make it to the moon? Warning! Shh. Detailed information, press escape to pause if necessary. As we near the edge of the atmosphere again, it is time to reorient the pod and get ready for re-entry. We are going to re-enter with the pod and chute and goo canisters, but we're not going to decouple it yet. In real missions, it is best to keep your upper stage around until the last moment. You never know when you might need it. Anyway, it's best to re-enter bottom first, since we ascended at about a 70-degree pitch. Naturally, we'll want to re-enter at a negative 70 pitch. That means you want to aim the top of the capsule at the 70 pitch line, but in the opposite heading. Okay, this is at a heading of 270 on the nav ball. Okay, and 70-degree pitch. I placed the target indicator to help you remember this. Turn off SAS and change your altitude, then turn it back on again. You want me to do that unpaused? Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are all these? Stop! Okay, now we're backwards. Wait, now it's time to get rid of that booster since it's weighing us down. Stage 2, discard the unneeded parts and mass. Here? How do I do it? Space. But where do I go? Ah! There's no projection. Warning! Warning. You are now re-entering into Kerbal's atmosphere. Make sure to keep all hands and feet inside of the pod at all times. We don't want you to get burned or anything. Don't mind the flames. Warner is a world-famous scientist after all. He has built the ship to withstand them. Okay, bro. There's already so many words. Adding more words is going to make me lose my mind. Last time we watched the parachute icon to wait for the right time to open the chute. Oh, did we? I didn't do that. This time we're going to do something a little different. Remember the construction tutorial where you designed this vessel? You set the chute to not to semi-deploy until at 0.75 pressure. That means the chute won't perform the first of the 2 deployment stages until then. Even if you activate it by staging now. On Kerbal, 0.75 ATM means about 2,000 meters above sea level. Okay. Then the chute will survive deployment. So let's take a bold step of arming the chute now and let the smarts in there pop it at the right altitude. You can trust me. Press space now. Got it. But I don't know where I need to be anymore. The green marker with the X? Here? And I keep doing that? Other green? This one? Okay. You know, I wish it would have told me that. It feels kind of pertinent to know this very... They've told me so many things. Maybe this one could have been a really nice one to know about. It had me following purple, and then now it's never really told me to adjust to yellowish green. Lime green? Looks a little yellowy. Oh, here it comes. So auto... No, I already press space. We made it! Nice. You can press space because you already set the parameters in, and it will automatically do it. There's a leak in the shuttle? Alright, that's just Jebediah pissing himself then. This would be a bad time for him to say, you guys know I can't swim, right? We made it! Tutorial complete. Well. One of them. No, not allowed. Welcome back and congratulations on completing and even surviving your first real mission. You've managed to launch, control your vessel into space, orient yourself correctly, and land safely. That's quite an achievement. If you want to practice this again, choose to revert launch in the pause menu. Otherwise, end the scenario and be sure to check out other tutorials. My next tutorial is about going in for orbit, and that's really exciting. There's a lot to learn. Okay, so end scenario. Right, thank you so much for the 71!
Wake up!
Poggers! Let's go, thank you.
Wake up, okay?
On this one. Oops. In our last tutorial, we built a vessel that could escape the atmosphere, but it didn't have enough oomph to escape for long. This time around, we'll cover more advanced rocket design concepts like multiple staging and boosters, as well as extra parts like RCS and solar panels. You'll want to use these if you spend more than a few minutes in orbit. Okay. When we're done, you'll have a craft capable of ascent to orbit and orbital operations and safe return to Kerbal. And you can test it out for the Go for Orbit tutorial, which will teach you to make use of it all. You'll notice that there are a lot more parts available this time. That's because an orbit-capable craft is much more complex than a little puddle jumper I showed you how to make last time. What is stock? Hee. However, the main principles are the same. I hope you remember what I taught you. Barely. If you mess up, Control Z. Okay. Oh, no mods. Again, you only have one pod available, so go ahead and select it. If you select the wrong part, click on the main view to pick it up again and either drop it over the or press delete. Got it. Just like last time, select the parachute to place it. Utility, I remember. Got it. And like last time, adjust the parachute. Okay. Oops. Okay. We're going to construct the upper stage. The upper stage will finish placing the pod in orbit. Once we're there, provide RCS steering, thrusters, and electricity for the pod. It will also provide all maneuvering capability in orbit, including re-entry burn. This is going to consist of decoupler. We don't want to carry it home as RCS fuel tank. We learned about decouplers last time. A liquid fuel tank, 4 RCS thrusters, 4 solar panels, 4 batteries, and efficient upper stage engine. Got it. Yeah, it is quite a shopping list. All right, firstly, we're going to add a stack decoupler. Coupling. Okay, wait. Grab the decoupler from the toolbox and attach it to the bottom of the pod. Got it. So that the little red arrow, yeah, it's a little red arrow. Wait. Red? Where is it red? We discussed before, make sure it's pointed. Okay, yeah, up, right. If the arrows are pointing blah, 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 got it. Next, we'll add the RCS tank from the reaction control. Wait, I must have went past it. Tanks, got it. Not fuel tanks, probably then. Reaction control, and this fuel, no, it is RCS fuel. Got it. Your craft is going to need all the monopropellant in the tank. To save some weight, right-click onto the parts option and move the slider down to 97 units. Wait, 96 units, I mean. Monopropellant. Well, I'm not going to need all the monopropellant in the tank. To save some weight, right click onto the part and move the slider down to 9. Okay. There's no way to do that. Right click onto the tank. Oh, here. I thought I had clicked that, but I clicked this instead. Got it. Thank you. I appreciate that. RCS is less efficient, but it's good for small velocity changes in any direction rather than forward like the main engines do, and can be used to rotate the craft as well as move it. Okay, cool. Add propellant tanks. We'll be adding liquid fuel tanks at this stage. To get the right amount for the upper stage engine, we'll need an extra tank to offset the weight of the RCS. Okay, so add a tiny rocket propellant. This one should be named fuel tank. Okay. First we add the small boy, and then we add the medium boy. Got it. Lastly, for the main parts of the upper stage, we'll add an engine. The Terrier engine produces almost no thrust at sea level air pressure, but is highly efficient in space. And above 20 km, where the atmosphere is thin and not enough to interfere with the exhaust, this makes a good choice for upper stage, since its engine will not be activated until the rocket has reached the conditions where this kind of engine works well. If you select the wrong engine, you can always throw it away or try again. Okay, we go to the engines, and we go to this one, and we go here. Oh! Nicely done! That's pretty well assembled upper stage, if I do say so myself. It will get you into orbit if you put enough rocket under it. Okay. And, oh, well, we have this reasonably simple vessel here. Let's explore one of the other useful tools we have available. To make sure that your ship flies controllably, some parts need to be placed carefully around the point inside of the ship called the center of mass. Okay. This comm is a spot where the mass on one side is balanced by the mass on the other side. Yeah, over here. Right? No, here. Center of mass. Got it. Ah, because it's the inside. Okay, make sure that your ship flies controllably. Thrust applied through the comm will cause the ship to move. Oh, if you're a space rocket man, like an astronaut, and you go into the spaceship, not gaining or losing a significant amount of weight right before orbit is incredibly important. Interesting. This makes the comm such a useful and important thing. Okay. Let's have a look at how the indicator works. Click on the comm indicator and we'll have a play. Oh. Here's a picture of it highlighted. Okay, I see. Okay. Let's adjust the fuel levels in some of the tanks and see how that affects its center of mass. Right-click on each fuel tank and drag the fuel and oxidizers to 0. Oh. Don't touch the monopropellant as they won't be burned by the Terrier engine. As you're doing this, you will see the comm move during the flight vessel. Okay. Hey, yo. I do see that. Now go ahead and refuel the tanks. As we can process, go ahead and refuel the tanks and we can process to add some of the accessories to our upper stage. I hope you rot for that sentence right there. That is a awful sentence. Fuck you. They'll transform it from merely something that gets us into orbit into something that helps us once we're there. Now that you know where the comm is when the stage is full and when it is empty, you have the information you need to place the RCS thrusters. The RCS thrusters are found in the command and control category. Okay. Moving the spaceship without rotating is called translation. This is useful for kind of maneuvering for several reasons, including docking to another craft in order for translation with RCS to avoid unwanted rotation. You need to balance the thrusters around the comm. So the net sum of the forces is balanced on the natural pivot point. For two equal sets of thrusters, each set should be equidistant from Sorry. Okay, let me try that again. Moving the spaceship without rotating is called translation. This is a useful kind of maneuver for several reasons, including docking to another craft in order for translation with RCS to avoid unwanted rotation. You need to balance the thrusters around the comm. Okay. So that the net sum of the forces is balanced right on this natural pivot point. For two equal sets of thrusters, each set should be equidistant from the comm, and for a single set, what we're doing here, they should be right around the comm itself. Okay, we want it at the comm. What makes this complicated is that the comm changes during the flight, as you saw, so you need to place the thrusters at a compromise point between the wet comm and the dry comm. Okay, you can't put quotes around something and not teach me what the fuck that means. Wet comm, dry comm. Oh, we're just using words that make no sense. Like, you can't, that's cheating. That's not even fair. Note that in the career mode games, the RCS thrusters don't become available until fairly late. In the meantime, the reaction wheel compatibility into your command pod will probably be enough for turning in space, though reaction wheels will not allow for you to translate. Wet fuel is dry fuel is, wet fuel is empty, wet fuel is full, dry fuel is empty. Thank you. I appreciate that. I honestly thought wet had to do with like the positioning of the comm, because it did not even get close to getting anywhere near that in the explanation. That was very, very helpful. Let's turn on the ankle snap to make the aligning thruster parts easier. To do this, press the toggle snap icon on the lower left by pressing C to ensure that we have 4 symmetry. Got it? Turn on, then place the 4RV blockers on the side. So we want it here. No. Okay, wait. Upper stage, I see. Upper here? Whoa. The teeny rocket propellant is, oh, okay, the tiny rocket propellant. This one. Tiny? If you don't get the placement quite right, you can use the offset gizmo to fine-tune their position to make sure that the angle will snap off before... Make sure you turn on angle snap off before using offset. Angle snap off before using offset. Oh. Wait, maybe I want this then? Here. Hit space. Huh? Click on the offset mode. Slightly on top of the comm ball. Oh my god, thank you. Holy moly. Like that. Right? Bro. Please, please. I need you to start working for the Kerbal Space Program and teach them how to make directions that make sense and are easy to understand. It is a talent that few people have, but you have got it, my friend. That was insane. Holy guac. Lots of things on the craft use electric charge, or EC. That's what us cool scientists call rocket electricity. In order to keep your batteries topped up, you will need a way of generating power. Now, some engines generate electricity while they're running, but you don't want to keep your engine running in orbit. Your orbit would get all kinds of messed up, and you'll run out of propellant. Our command pod has some batteries built in, but to be safe, you can add more batteries and you can add solar panels or other electrical generating items. We're going to do both. All right, listen to the beautiful music as I pee. And I have to remember to mute because my bathroom is very close to my microphone. Switch to electrical category now and ensure that we have angle snap turned on and there's 4x symmetry mode. Angle toggle snap, angle snap. Got it. And then go to electrical. Electrical. We'll use the part rotation skills to adjust the panels before placing them. That's WASD keys as we used earlier. The OX stat solar panel, hold it over the lower end of the fuel tanks, okay, and press A to rotate, okay. Okay. And click set. Maybe here and then here. Nice. Is that correct, chat, or is this too close to the bottom? Should be fine. Okay. Excellent work. You've built a nice starter upper stage, which will do for some orbital exploration. Now we need to work on getting it up into orbit, and for that we'll build the lower stage. In comparison to the upper stage, it is quite simple. Just a couple tanks and an engine. That won't be enough alone. However, we'll add some boosters too. Okay. Add another TD stack duplicate. Oh, I know this. This is for coupling, right? Oops. Yee. To the bottom terrier. We'll need this during our ascent to discard the empty parts of the vessels below. Oh, and notice how when you add the decoupler, a fairing is placed around the engine. I did notice that. This will get jettisoned automatically when we stage the decoupler. They'll remove it automatically at the decoupling stage. Got it. No more of that sound. That sound. Now we need to add the fuel tanks to the lower stage. Add 2 of the medium rocket propellant tanks, FL-T400 fuel tanks, to the bottom of the stack. Two. And I could do 2 by clicking Alt. Aha! I learned that last time. For our lower stage, we need to add an engine that is sustainer. That is a sustainer. Oh. That's an engine that burns off from liftoff until after the boosters separate. Let's get the scientific for a second. Rocket engine performance is measured by specific impulse, or ISP. Okay. All right. The ISP of an engine changes, but it's SI. Why is it ISP if it's specific impulse? Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not overthinking that. It's a formula? Oh, thank God. Okay. Formulas. Math. And the ISP of the engine changes as the amount of atmospheric pressure around it changes. Just as the upper stage needed an engine that is good at the low air pressure altitudes, the lower stage will need boosters, which are powerful at the higher air pressure of the lower altitude of the launch pad. And to help carry the rocket through the transition of launch to upper stage, it will need a sustainer engine, which usually sits between boosters and upper stage engines from performance perspective, having a wide range between the two of them. Okay, so add the big engine you see there, the LV-T45 swivel to the bottom. Okay. Go to engines, click the big one. Nice. At its default thrust level, the swivel is too powerful for the rocket we created, and for the ascent profile we're going to teach you in the Go for Orbit tutorial. So you'll need to lower its thrust level, okay? This isn't as good a solution as picking a smaller, lighter engine with the thrust level we want, but there will only be so many options. Right-click on the swivel. Okay, yeah. Lower the thrust limiter to 65. It will only produce 65% of its thrust potential, but it will also run longer because it's only burning 65% as much fuel. Cool. Nice. Now that you have the core rocket completed, now you have your core rocket completed, but as I said before, we'll be adding boosters to help sustain engine in getting up and running. We'll add 2 boosters. Symmetrically, so we keep our craft balance. To make sure that we don't lug the useless dry mass of the boosters around after they burn out, we'll attach them using decouplers. Okay, maybe these ones, right? Yeah, because they're different. All right. I added them. Yeah, because these are for the boosters. Can I put them on the side? No, you know what? I like them where they are. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. More boosters is something you often hear around the KSC, and now it's time to add some. Okay. Add a pair of the RT Hammer SRBs to the decouplers so we have an extra early kick on. Okay. Payload, coupling. Third one in engines. Ew, got it. For some, holy fuck, they are as big as I thought. They're huge. Oh my god, I thought that they were gonna be way smaller. They're giant. Unlike the LF fuel tank, liquid fuel engines where you can adjust the throttle full during the flight, once you light the SRB, it burns at a consistent thrust until it's out of fuel. We can, however, use the throttle limiter as we did on the swivel, okay, to set a constant thrust before we roll out the launch onto the launch pad. Right-click onto the SRB, change the limiter to 50. Do note that changing a tweakable value on one part that's been placed using symmetry will have the same change to its symmetry counterpart. Oh, that's what I would have figured. Good. Remember that when I said I'd teach you how to make that pod and thumper craft from construction basic survival? Well, this is this thrust adjusting is how it could be done. Although you'd have to also have to put a decoupler on it. Didn't I not? Oh my gosh, look at all of the things. And it's all in order already. Pog. Right now, the SRB have flat pancake tops, which simply do not look good and are bad for aerodynamics. Let's fix them using a nose cone found in aerodynamic. Okay. Nose cone. Okay, wait. Here. Got it. Got it. Add fins as well. Oh! Just like on the rockets. We're gonna add 4x. No, hold on. On the tab, let's add some fin, various sizes and styles, and as we learned earlier, will help with the stability of the craft since these fins are control surfaces. They also add some extra control authority when low in the atmosphere. Oh, it's for later then. Add them to the lowest fuel in the 4x symmetry, but it keeps going back to non-4x. Is that because I go down here? It was like forcing me into it. Don't intersect with the decoupler. Oh, maybe here? No, not there for sure. Lowest fuel tank stage in the... They would need to be like here. There! I did it! Aha! Maybe up a little bit? There. Feels kind of nice, like a real rocket right now. Okay, excellent. Now that we have got all of the components on our basic orbital rocket, but let's run through a few extra things before we call it a day. Holy guacamole. First, we should review the staging stack to check the order of the actions and parts displayed there. It's lucky that I've highlighted these for you because the SRBs are set to fire before the sustainer, and that just won't do. SRBs fire before sustainer. Got it. We need that to be... Move the swivel icon down. Is this like here? No. I don't like whatever I did there. What have I done? Ah! Guys! Ah! How do I go forward? Okay. Oh my god. This is a good test. Will I remember anything? That's this. Now we add the engine. This one. That's a swivel. Okay. And then we add this, and we make sure it's only on 2, and we add it like that. And then we go up here, we add this on here. Right here. Then after that, we add the top guy, who looks like, not that, aerodynamics. Bop, bop. And then in aerodynamics, we go 4. 4 goes here, like that. Now, we want the swivel staging down to be at the same time as SRB. Got it. So we want swivel to be at the same time as SRB. Ew. Somewhere around here I've messed up. How come this one has... Why is there multiple? Missing a tank. Oh. Where? From here? I need to add another fuel tank? There's 2? Might be. I forgot. Yeah, there is 2. I used the control feature on that. So now we want this. Wait. All to be at the same time? Also check thrust limits on engines. Oh shit. Those need to be at 50. And this one... Oh no, I think 75? How much was it? 70? $72? How much was it? Put the decouplers to a new stage. Oh. And do we want them to be... Wait. On their own stage? That's 1 coupler. That's 2 coupler. Above? Like this? So these below. These would want to be with this then, no? Like that. I had it the other way? Oh. Hold on. I don't have it somehow. Engines, 3 engines on 5, then decouple on 4. That's how I have it. But I think that the problem is that the engine now is on the wrong amount. Because I accidentally controlled Z too many times. That's the upper stage need to limit. No need to limit. For... Oh, I see. This one. Oh, got it. Yay! 65. We did it! Yeah! Finally, pick up the pod and rotate it. Oh my gosh, I don't want to pick up anything now. I've already done so many things. Pick up the pod and rotate it 90 degrees around the vertical axis and okay, pod. What is the pod? Can they just be a little bit helpful? This whole thing? Q and E? Oh, I've made a grave mistake then. No, 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 no. Stop! Just point out where it is. Tell me what pod means. Why do they have to be complicated for no reason? Okay. Finally, pick up the pod and rotate it 90 degrees around the vertical axis. Go fuck yourself. This will rotate the ship not just in the VAB, but its orientation so that the launch pad is set to the desired... I couldn't have had it because it told me... Ah, I have it now. I have it. I did this, but I guess I didn't do it the right way. Okay, yay! We always make an effort to ensure the brave crew survive. Hopefully you haven't done the same chance, blah, blah, blah. Click on the turquoise action... Okay, hold on. With that in mind, let's set up the abort action group for your craft. For use in case of an emergency, note that the career mode, you'll have to upgrade the VAB or SHP in order to access the action groups. Click on turquoise action group button on the left toolbar. It's part of the cluster of the 3 buttons. The fuck? Actions. Thank you. It's like action button or action group is a weird terminology because an action button is like just a button typically. To call it the action button, my brain just didn't automatically take it very literally for some reason. Action groups let you assign the functions of more parts to a single specific key, so the default action groups landing gear automatically go into gear group, brakes on wheels go into brake group, and some custom ones activated by group keyboard, not keypad numbers, because of the order of these groups on the standard boards of the action groups are numbered 1 through 9 and then 0. To set an action group, click on the desired action key from the menu and then group. Hold on, I really need to like reassess myself here. I'm determining whether I would have liked to have just played the campaign and crashed 1,000 times than to do a tutorial where I have to read an entire book. I'm just deciding which would have been the more appropriate path. I think for comedy purposes, it would have been better to ignore everything, not learn anything, and just crash 1,000 times than to read all of this. Okay, we're going to set up the abort action triggered by pressing backspace by clicking on the big red abort button in the flight. Okay, abort. Alright, first click on the abort. Great. Now click on the decoupler below the pod and add its decoupled action. What the fuck are they trying to tell me right now? I'm not allowed to leave. I'm not allowed to leave. I don't care. I don't care. Don't save. I'm out of here. I can't do it anymore. I'm gonna lose my mind. I can't do it. I have to at least go into space. Today we will tackle the absolutely essential skill for a space program getting into orbit. Without the skill, we might as well be teaching you Kerbal Flight Simulator. True. I trust that you have already checked the other flight tutorials. I have. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's get to it. As I said before, the plan here is to get our vessel and pilot safely into orbit. As with the suborbital flight we did previously, we can follow the curved path to get to the point where we can circularize our orbit. Today's gravity turn. Hold on. I have too much ADHD for Kerbal Space Program. How the hell did Felix play this game, bro? It doesn't make any sense. How is he able to do this, bro? How did he do it? My ADHD is too much for this game. There's no way he read all of this. It doesn't make any sense, bro. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. Because he did trial and error and didn't do the tutorials for no reason. There's a total reason, because there's so much to learn. What if he just went into the game and played the game? He just played the campaign like a normal human? Why did I click the tutorials, bro? What am I thinking? Z, throttle max? How did he? Okay. Prepare for launch. Hit space. Go for orbit. Pog. Okay. I'm in. Wait, let me do this one. Ah! Guys. It won't just do a little. It always does a lot. Even with SAS, it's so much. What? Bro. There's gotta be a way to make it so it doesn't go so intensely. Oh, I want the gold thing. The yellow thing to be on that. There we go. That's a little easier to visualize, I think. Oops. I hit space. Hit space a little early there. Whew. Aha. Great. Now you can keep an eye on the trajectory while we keep your future path. If you hold on to the Aikobliss node on the map, you will be able to see the estimate highest altitude of our future path. You can right click on the marker to pin it so that it remains visible even when you move your mouse away. Okay. Cut the engines, and once the Aikobliss hits 80 kilometers, I'll cut it for you once it passes 81. Meanwhile, it'll keep the altitude display up so you can track your progress. Okay. All right. $80. We'll clear the atmosphere by a handy margin. We'll aim for 80. 80 what? 80 what? 80 what? Explain it. I don't understand what does this mean? You on the map, 80? Okay. Huh? Oh, maybe the... I see. Oh, you want 80. What? But I hit it. Oh, I cut it too early. Okay. I got it. This is the one. Wait, 1 second. This is really the one. Started pitching too early. I forgot Saskin. Whoa! I'm way off, I think. No, I'm off. I gotta start over. I gotta do it again. I'm so off. I use the... You don't want to know. Sass on. Pitching. Guys, the fuck am I supposed to do? How do I know what 80 kilometers means? How do I know what 80 kilometers mean? How do I know what 81, how do I know? How do I know once the AP on the arc? How do I know where? How? Explain. This doesn't make any sense. I'm at 65. Where are you getting this number? This needs to say 80? 80,000. Got it. Once that hits 80,000. like that they saying it this instead of typing out the full number. It's not that complicated to type out the full number when I'm using other factors that are using kilometers anyway. Like it's very frustrating. I understand now. I think I got it. Chat always being amazing. I got it. This is the one. This is it. Wait, and that's going to get us there. I've made sure that the engine shut off now, and we'll coast until we clear the atmosphere at 70 kilometers. Okay, when we clear the atmosphere at 70 kilometers altitude, you may notice your speed dropping a little as we coast. There's nothing to be concerned about, just gravity trying to bring us down and air trying to prevent us from succeeding. We beat it though. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Got it. 70 is when things change again. Oh, shit. Okay. Orient your vessel. I'm about to orient, baby. We're almost there. Now all we need to do is accelerate some more so that we fall past Kerbal. That's basically what an orbit is. It's falling and missing. Gravity will be pulling us toward the center of Kerbal, but we'll be traveling so fast that we constantly miss. Rotating your craft to align with the prograde marker. Explain to me where the prograde marker is. Is that blue marker here? Blue one. Got it. We'll learn more about that later. You can't just tell me to align to something and then not tell me what it is. A picture, anything. Or use the SAS maneuver mode. Maneuver mode, huh? When it's time to throttle up, I'll tell you. Oh, nice. It auto maneuvers. I'm stressed. Holy. Zoom in. No! I happened to do this right at the exact moment. That's crazy. Oh my god. That was just so lucky because I clicked the wrong button. I wanted to look. That was just crazy timing. I just wanted to look. I forgot the button. Is it C? Oh, why is it wobbling? Kerbal, we have wobble. You're officially in orbit. That's quite the achievement. Hopefully you can see a difference between suborbital, definitely, and hop and reaching orbit ascent, just how far and early we turned. Also notice how we designed our rocket to accelerate reasonably through the ascent and then go straight into ludicrous speed. Overpowering the ship is a common rookie mistake. That's as far as I will be taking you today. We can check out an Orbit 101 tutorial where I will show you the orbits and how to adjusting them. If you want to fly solo for a bit, you can try bringing Tina, home from this tutorial. You will need to turn around 180 degrees and burn retrograde until your periphase is less than 20 km. At which height The atmosphere will do most of the braking for you. Stage away the upper stage when you hit the atmosphere's edge. Orient retrograde and re-enter like I taught you in the basic tutorial, or simply click end scenario from the pause menu. Okay. Wait, I clicked finish. No, wait. I didn't mean okay. How do I... Don't I need to turn around? How do I turn it around? Click the retrograde button. Okay, wait. Ah! No, 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 no. Retrograde button. Okay. That's it? I clicked... Oh no. That might be a problem. Is he dead now? I have no way to lower into orbit? Oh shit. What do I do? Is he just gonna orbit forever? He's dead? How do I go backward? I'm not allowed to speed of time. He's just forever gone. Or she's gone. I'll say Valentina's really handling going into space quite well. Just kind of chilling. Great. Okay, good. All right. Hey, yo. Get back here. Okay, now we go to map mode. And then we wait until we get 80K. We're just chilling. Hover over AP, there won't be a side menu? You're right. It won't be there. Oh, here. Come on, AP, you can do it! I see. Oh my god, I'm starving right now. You might be able to... click and add maneuver. So you don't want to hover. Oh, I see. Add maneuver. Aha! Ah! Never mind, I don't like that. No! I'm not ready for add maneuver. Okay. Okay, wait. Wah! I pushed space, bro. I did it again. I keep pushing space, bro. It's so annoying. All right, last time for real. Don't click space. Sass on. I'm getting hungry. It's getting very hard to focus. By the way, the pre-prompt say when it's time to click space is really not necessary. Because they even use the underline everything golden space. They like make it seem as though that's the button you're gonna want to press right now. Like, why is the game against you? I'm trying to learn here. I need the game to be my friend and not my enemy. It took me so long to learn not to pre-space when I didn't even, if it was like an unnecessary thing to learn, because it was only the tutorial that was trying to trick me. It's not like I could be tricked about this. And then again, it doesn't say, like, okay, I don't know how, that time, instead of saying to press space again, it says then do it again. Instead, so there's a pre-space that doesn't need to be there, and then a space when you need the space, it doesn't tell you. Tutorial makers, this is a real problem. Okay, switch to M mode. Got it. And now we're setting our course. Whoa, island airfield. We really want to get, oh, right in the right spot again. At 80. We cut the engine. But I know that that's kind of like around here anyway, so I'm fine. Got a big altitude right now. If I click it like that. Well, I clicked. Did I pre-click? I might have done this wrong. It went very fast from 70 to 80. Shit, hopefully it doesn't get mad. Don't click space. Don't click space. I may be in space, but I can't click space. Almost there. Here it comes. Okay. Maneuver mode. I'm maneuvering. Here it comes. Almost time. Throttled. Nice. Okay. Now we'll need to turn 180 degrees. Retrograde. We are reoriented. Until my prolapsus is at 20 km, at which height your atmosphere will do most of the braking for you. Stage away the upper stage. When you hit the atmosphere's edge, orient retrograde and re-enter. Wait, should I not be in retrograde yet? Is it fine to pre-retrograde? Should I go back? Should. Got it. Wow. My prolapses? Here. Wait. I found it. Now what? Do I... How do I get into the atmosphere? Now light up the engine? Okay. Whew. Here we go. I lost it. Guys, I'm a little lost. Wrong one? There was only one. It's gone now. You put it way lower? What? No, it said prolapses. Sure, they give me plenty of fuel. I don't even know how I can put anything. I haven't touched anything. I don't understand. Even outside of the M menu, I don't think I understand. I hate that this didn't teach me how to get out of orbit at all. I noticed that I'm leaving orbit. I don't know how to get out. So I have to wait now forever? Till here? Bro, they use so many words the whole entire game to tell you like a million things, and then they'll just like leave out some of the most important parts. Stage at the right time. Normally you can speed this up in a tutorial, you can't for some reason. Got it. So I just wait till it gets to here, and then I click my fuel up at this point. Kind of looks like I'm going up. Decouple? Oh. Then re-enter? That's speed? Oh. I should decouple now? But I thought I have to wait until here. How do I know for later if I don't know where to go? Because later I won't, it's inside the earth. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. So now I decouple. Here is... Oh, so now I'm dropping? I get it now. This makes sense. Thank you. I very much appreciate it. Felix is telling me about nighttime. At 3,000. I'm on Mars. I've made it to Mars. And something just exploded. Because wherever I am, it's definitely Mars. V lived. We made it! Thank you, chat. We play more tomorrow. But for now, it is time. It is time.